big moron. There's a big button at the top right that says "Go Live." Alrighty, now that it took me 11 minutes to find the freaking "Go Live" button. Oh, and I've got this in the background so that we're gonna have duplicate. Sorry about that for the echo. I mean on the stream. Where do I still have this open? Do I keep hearing myself? Oh, I guess I need to mute this. Is it still? Am I still hearing myself? Okay, this. I look so unprofessional. I'm so sorry. You're dead. Okay. So, if you're in chat, let me know if you hear an echo. I'm just trying to figure out why I can hear myself all of a sudden. Because as far as I know, every window I have that has the stream open is muted. Oh, I think I just figured it out. Okay. I had it open in Twitter. It was embedded in Twitter. Alrighty, now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first live staring contest interview on Who's Joe YouTube Edition. We are here with Mose, and why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about yourself? It looks like we've got 3 concurrent viewers right now, so shout out to us. Let us know if you've got any questions, because throughout the interview, I'll be looking at chat and picking random questions that people might have for you. I mean, I've obviously got a full list of questions, so won't technically need them, but it could be fun to have questions from people in the crowd. Let me see if I can. I moved the wrong thing. Let me see if I can grab this and move it over just a little. That's a little bit better. Do you want to just chat until some people show up, or do you want to go ahead and get in the meat and potatoes of it? Okay. Let me do another tweet real quick just to let everybody know that the stream is up now. Right now I'm not going to worry about not blinking. I'll wait until like we've like officially started. How long do you think you can go without blinking? Oh, they can't hear Mose. They can't hear you. So let me see. Thanks for letting me know, guys. I'll work on fixing it. That's weird. I've got desktop audio set. Hold on, let me change this. Try saying something now. Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just the way the audio is being captured for some reason. How about now? Just try saying something.
What's up? Sold out.
There we go.
Wish I had that facial hair over there. I like the little twist on the end.
Can you hear Mose now? Is he too loud? Is he just right?
And you hear me?
This is going just as well as it could, I guess.
It's like a roller coaster, man. We got ups and downs.
Yeah, I don't have a production crew, so it's just
Hey,
me
I've been
trying to
there.
figure out everything as I go.
That's right. Been there. What are you sipping on? What kind of brewski you got?
I've got a Brother Joseph's Belgian style double.
Ooh, I like a Belgian.
Oh, I love it. Turn it down a tad. I can do that. I'll turn them down to the same decibel I'm at, which is 5.8.
Decibel.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's do kind of a hook question just to get people entertained, get people coming in, wanting to stick around. Obviously, they want to stick around more now that they can actually hear you.
Swag.
Everybody
Hook me.
knows you as a wrestling commentator. That's a
Hopefully,
given.
yes.
If you were approached to commentate for a staring contest, how would you do that?
It's all about the story. So you're looking for maybe a little tweak of the eye. Maybe you're looking for that little like, oh, the eyelids kind of dropping. Maybe one's not showing any of that. Maybe someone just locked in and just like they're in that eye stare zone, and you got to point that out, man. It's always about the little things when it comes to that. I mean, I commentated a hot dog eating contest SCI weekend, so just saying.
And speaking of hot dog eating contests, I had Megabyte Ronnie
Oh,
in
nice.
one of these interviews.
He can eat some hot dogs, I've heard and seen.
He can. He can. And he can throw the people's hot dog.
My lord.
So, we've obviously got Sold Out coming next month.
Quickly, yeah.
Of the entire roster, what
Oh no.
sold out wrestler do you think would do the best at a staring contest?
Ooh. I would say my gut wants to say Heater. Heater has really powerful eyes, as we've seen. I feel like Hoodfoot can kind of do anything he wants, so wouldn't put it past Hoodfoot. Um, those two jump out right away, and now I'm gonna see these guys the 18th, and there's gonna be someone that be like, "Really, man? You don't think?" And I'm gonna be like, oh, "I'm so sorry."
Well, so far, the only person in Sold Out that I've had a staring contest with
Okay.
is Sean Christopher.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a mean stare.
He
I
didn't
don't.
last very long, though.
I was gonna say I don't love the contacts in a staring contest. I assume he had them on.
Yes, he had his
Yeah,
he had his
legend.
novelty contacts. I mean, his natural eyes
Yeah, I was gonna say, of course he did.
in, and that ended up. I that was one of my favorite interviews I've done so far.
Yeah, shout out Shaw, man. Very happy that we've got him on the show. Very, very happy.
But Jimmy, Brett, how's the sound so far? Is everything sounding good? Is it to your approval? Just want to make sure everybody is happy.
Holla if you hear me. Oh.
At least the next time this should probably go a little more should go a little more smoothly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, first time you're doing it, man, you're learning as you go. So yeah, man, absolutely.
Especially now that I know to actually push the go live button.
Top right.
Yeah. And that there are two go live buttons because there's a go live button on Streamlabs OBS and there's a go live button on the YouTube Studio. See, I just thought when I went live from Streamlab OBS, YouTube was like, "Hey, we've got a signal. This is live," but apparently not.
Cowards.
Alrighty, are you ready for this staring contest?
Okay, so yeah, what if I mean you said you have questions like if I blink are you still going to ask questions or like what I need
Yeah,
to give me a rundown.
So the way it works is
Okay.
I ask the same question that starts the staring contest that I've asked in my previous 41 staring contests. Is
Okay.
if you could
Cool.
collaborate with anybody on anything, who would it be? I count you down from 5. When you start answering is when we start the staring contest. See, the
Okay.
thing is, the staring contest can go short or as long as you want. Once you
I'm going to
blank,
try.
we'll continue the interview like the staring contest never happened.
Okay.
But
Sweet.
one thing I do, and I've tried to do this in pretty much all my previous videos, is even after the staring contest, I'll try to go the rest of the interview without blinking.
Impressive. Very.
So far, my record is doing a 55-minute interview without blinking.
Nope.
And one
No,
thing
thank
I'm
you.
announcing now, I know we don't have many people in here right now, but one thing I'm announcing now is if y'all get me 1,000 YouTube subscribers before the end of the year, I'm going to try to do a stream where I go an hour without blinking.
Get that man some subscribers. Sub.
Alrighty, so here is the typical first question. If you could
Okay.
collaborate with anybody on anything, who would it be? And we will go ahead and count you down from
Okay.
5.
I'm ready.
And when you start answering is when the staring contest starts. So,
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I would like to collaborate with Jay-Z because it would make me rich. even though I can't rap. And I would like to collaborate with Lenny Leonard on commentary because he's really good and we'd be good together.
Awesome. Well, you already made it through the first question without blinking, which is more than most people do. And if you were doing something with Jay-Z, you could do like the spoken word rap that some people do.
Anything he needed of me, I'm there. Let him know.
I mean, you're a commentator, so you could even commentate on his rapping, spoken word style.
Would love. Oh, blink. Shit. Damn it. Okay. That was longer than I thought I'd go. In your face, Sean Christopher.
Well, I am now 42-0.
Shit.
Still undefeated. And
Goldberg.
I don't know if we can make this happen. Probably can't because you'll probably be too busy. But I'm going to issue a challenge. Before, after, sold out, whenever, I'm issuing a gauntlet staring contest challenge to the entire sold out roster.
Oh my God.
Line them up. Whoever wants to be involved. When one person blinks, the next steps up. When the next person blinks, the next person steps up until either all of y'all blink or I blink.
Like Diggstown, but crazier.
Exactly. So, I already mentioned it, but at this point, I'm going to attempt to go the rest of the interview without blinking as well. So, we'll see.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a little different with this format because a little more conversational than when we're just recording, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
So
I'm impressed already.
Well, thank you. So this is obviously the reason you're here, but tell us about Sold Out.
Yeah, Sold Out December 18th, live from the world famous TWE Arena, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually, Red Bank, Tennessee, but everybody just calls it Chattanooga. Shout out Red Bank because it is all Chattanooga. It's just that little kind of like side town there. I say that I want to shout out Red Bank because those are the fans at every show. Those are the fans that anytime we're back. Me, Brett, Heater. I mean, his obviously the injury. They miss him. I can't tell you how many times someone asked about him. So those places are family. Loot the X. Anytime Loot the X is up there, the X is up, and then Akira has quickly became a TW favorite. So everybody in the crew has already kind of made their mark for TWE. So I love the idea of it being there. Obviously, it was easiest. I mean, that's true. It's a venue is never fun trying to get for a show. So comfort definitely there. And yeah, it's just a show I've wanted. I've been around the wrestling business since 2017. I got in with a local promotion outside right after I graduated from ETSU. That's where I met Brett. That's where I met Alex Zane. That's where I met guys that, wrestling could have ended for me in 2017. And I feel like I would be friends with these dudes still, just good dudes. But I owe a lot to that promotion and all that. So shout out Resolute. But through Resolute and being friends with Brett and me and him getting closer, I was around it forever, or for 2 or 3 years. A lot of shows, man, that I wanted to help on. Not just commentary. Like I didn't think I was good, and I wasn't good for a long time. That's just the truth of it. I was lucky that I had a couple of years at a smaller promotion to learn some things, but it wasn't until Dylan Hales took me under his wing, and then somebody like Struggles, who's so popular, and someone that he only works for a couple promotions, and obviously he started his promotion up in December as well. But he's really gotten over with the crowd. So I got some great advice from him, and then MLJ is not really been like an advice guy as much, just a pump me up guy. We became friends. So I've been lucky to be in positions where I just had to show up and do my job, and I got better and better and better. So through all that the whole time, it wasn't really a thought. I mean, before I was doing commentary when I was still trying to do stuff. I kind of wrote some articles and did some things and just tried to be a part of it any way I could, and that's where it started. Right, the idea of what if we put a show together, and then the pandemic came, and I had a lot of downtime, as we all did. So thoughts really, if we could get back, like if we can come back, I don't care what I got to do. We're gonna do a show our way. And then it's happened to hit. I don't remember exactly the day. I just remember I was going to tell Jade. I asked Jade, and I said, "Hey, I want to do a show. What's the last weekend you're running at TWE?" And he told me, and I said, "The next Saturday after that, we're going to run." And that ended up being the 18th, and that kind of made it real, And we've had a lot of support. Thank everybody that's anybody that sees it, that's bought a ticket, that's bought a shirt, that's supported at all. I can't tell you how much it means to me, because this is really all us. It's I mean, no sponsors this show. We had people offer, and it meant a lot. But we wanted to do it. This is all us. This is all our money. This is 100% independent wrestling, for us, by us, and we're so happy to have literally any dollar, any thought, any tweet means so much, because it's just this is us putting ourselves out there, and really thankful for everyone that's agreed to be a part of that locker room, because man, you look at it, and I couldn't be more proud of what we've been able to put together.
I'm planning on fully funding my own show too, so I understand the
Yeah.
desire to do that. And you mentioned Brett
Yep.
Eisen earlier, and I want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to Brett for being one of the few people in the crowd. If you're still here, I mean, I appreciate it, man. Not many people know my channel, so you're a real one for showing up, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my guy. I mean, I owe everything in wrestling to Brett Eisen, for giving me. I mean, because you've learned the same thing I learned. It's hard to get some of these people to talk to you. It is. It's the truth of it when you're an outsider, and that's what I was. I mean, I was an outsider, and Brett. I was filming. I mean, we filmed a documentary that I've had footage. We got 2 years, bro, of footage of me and Brett on the roads. That's what I was started out. I mean, we were friends, but like I wanted to make this documentary for him, and we did that forever, and that got me in the door. And then he's always been there when I've wanted to say screw this, like, or I've been down. Like, I owe Brett more than just business. I mean, personal. Like, so that's, I mean, no bullshit. Best friend I've ever had in my life, other than my wife. I wouldn't be here without those two. There's just no way to say it other way. So yeah, you're right, man. I can't put into words how thankful I am for that dude.
What do you think it would involve if I ever wanted to dabble in being a wrestling manager? I know I've never been involved in wrestling before, but
Right. Um,
is that something
I
that
would
would
say the
even be
first.
possible?
Well, I mean, absolutely, it's possible. Absolutely, this business. There's so many promotions. I mean, it's all about how bad you want it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the first step, obviously, would be to do some training. I don't know if you've done any training yet, but that's step one. Get a little training, even if you are just going to be a manager. And which, I mean, I hate wording it like that. Only a manager, because managers, refs, what I do. I mean, we all put in work and time and love into this business. So no matter what you want to do, I mean, I've taken bumps in training, not a ton, but like it's something that you do to pay respect, because and I think it's also something too that just people don't realize how bad those mats hurt. I didn't realize. I knew it hurt, but the first time I took a bump, I remember thinking like, oh, this is gonna suck, but and then I did it, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I never want to do that again. And then the guy's like, okay, do about 30 of those. So that's step one, man. Training, find somewhere. Obviously, I know I can only speak on the places like Crux, like a TWE training center. find somewhere you're comfortable that you can learn that'll really teach you, and that's step one always. After that, man, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's just all about just showing up and doing it, man. I've helped set up and tear down rings. This was long before I was ever a commentator or anything. It's something that you pay your dues, in my opinion. I think, it's just how I was brought. It's so weird. I still don't think of myself as a part of this business, but it's something that I wholeheartedly am very proud of, the everything I have achieved, and everything I've learned from people like Brett, from Carry Awful, from getting to sit around Tank and the Rev, and people that matter so much, and to say that these are my friends. It's really cool, but definitely, but there's somewhere for you. I mean, don't. I mean, I'm not a bullshitter. Like, there are promotions all over the place. Like, you do some training, you get your confidence up. It'd be great for being a manager for you to maybe have, a friendship, or not necessary, but if there was a wrestler you were kind of closer with, that makes it easier, but it's not a necessity at all. But absolutely, man, if it's something you really want to do, or like you have friends that want to do, find a training center, and then just go after it, bro.
I've never taken a bump against the mat, but I've taken a chop.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
yeah.
Earlier this year, I did a TikTok with Donnie Janella where I tried not to blink while he
chopped you.
Open palm chopped me across the chest. And
how'd it go?
Oh God, it hurt to breathe.
Yep.
But I did it. I took the chop without blinking.
Oh, see that? Then it's a dub. Like, I know it. You felt that the next day, but that's a dub. That's a win.
I had a bruise for like 2 weeks.
Oh, bro, you should have seen Akira wrestled Gary J Friday night, and literally, he was bleeding from his chest from chops. And I asked him the next morning, "How you feeling?" "Fine, feel good."
I won't dwell on this too much because obviously I've got other questions.
Cool.
But I think the biggest thing that will keep me from being able to train too much, and it's the biggest reason that I never got into wrestling in the first place, is I had brain surgery back when I was 17.
Yep.
So this is why I was thinking about becoming a manager, because I can't really take any bump that involves hitting the back of my head.
Which that is, I mean, that's a lot of them are, but that's a different circumstance. Absolutely. There's managers and been referees and, people that have the same way, like the body won't allow it. So that's the same way of, go to, find somewhere to train, and just the training more of what it, the little things as a manager. It's the same thing in ring with everything. It's knowing, ring awareness, and just the stuff that they'll teach you in that, that'll help. And again, that's another kind of a door open for you. You get a good training place, and you're going to get, out and get to do some bookings. So, no, man, again, don't let that get in your way. Like, absolutely. There's definitely a role for sure. And you won't have to worry about, that. 'Cause that's scary stuff, bro. No lie, that one to the head.
Yeah. One thing I was just thinking, just how cool would it be if you could, like, if there was a manager that came out with the wrestler, walked around the ring, and went the whole match without blinking.
Hey, it may take them, unless a good commentator would get that over for you. They would be like, we've been out here 2 minutes 37 seconds, and he hasn't even blinked yet. But without good commentary, that's when it'll take a while. But when the audience realizes, you're not wrong. I've not seen that before, and we don't say that a lot anymore.
Especially if it's with like a heel, like somebody walking around the ring staring at the crowd.
But then it's going to be a thing. They're going to like, I'm going to make this guy blink tonight.
True. That could invite some.
Oh yeah.
Not so favorable
elements. I'll be honest. If you are staring so hard that they got to throw stuff at you, you're doing your job, buddy. Like, you did
it. Right.
Big win.
Like, I'm sure he'd never do it, but the ideal person I would see doing it for would be for Sean Christopher, because it just fits his whole spooky vibe.
No, I was gonna say, do you up? Give you kind of kind of a James Mitchell thing going. Maybe not all the way James Mitchell, but a little spooky to you. I'm not saying I've seen way worse manager ideas. I'll put it out there.
So, getting into the marketing game of things.
Okay.
In a world where there's wrestling events happening all over the nation, often on the same day.
Right.
You're selling your event. How
Yep.
would you sell sold out to a potential fan when they've got multiple events on the same day that they could go to?
I would say our card definitely. We all wanted a lot of first time matchups. I think that's something that I mean, I'm not saying we don't see first up match, we do, but a lot of shows in this area and just in general really kind of hang on, sequels, if you will, rematches, or we're having matches with people because there are people, even though there's not a story, like stuff like that. That just as a fan, that's the stuff I hate. I mean, everything on this show is it's me as it's me. It's me and the boys, but it's me as a fan, as a commentator, promoter, whatever you want to say. Every bit of that went into these matches. It's if you're, I think we have one of those shows for everybody. If you want to see a fight, well, we've got Tank and Merc. If you want to see some crazy stuff, like flippy stuff, we got this scramble that I can assure you is going to be crazy flippy. If you want to see, Angela Slane throwing hands, don't you worry. We got you covered. She's got an open challenge. I've reached out to everybody. Nobody wants to fight her. Everybody's busy, but we'll see who ends up showing up there. And it's surprise factor still. Like, we got some things up our sleeve that I'm not going to announce, that it's for the in-house crowd. It's for the people that have drove a couple hours or whatever to be to this show. I mean, it's all that, because I mean, where else are you going to find Alex Kane and Hoodfoot on the same card as a Tyler Matrix and Eric Royal? Like, these are nuts matches.
Well, I won't lie. I'm stoked about going. I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, I can't tell you again how much I appreciate the support, bro. I assure anyone that's coming or gonna watch later, gonna be worth the time. But I really want to make it special for those that are there live, because I mean, it is like, this is, again, I can't say enough. This is us. Like, this is you giving us your money, is of you saying, like, I like you guys, I like what you're doing, and that's the highest compliment.
I've never been to a TWE event. I've never been to an event in Chattanooga or Red Bank
Oh,
at all.
cool, very
So
cool.
I'm I'm stoked.
Hopefully, we get you back. It's one of those that it is TWE and SCI and Sold Out, just the name of the show. It's like KOBK Productions. Every show I'm going to have a kind of a fun name for. Sold Out just felt perfect for this. But all three of these places, I mean, I know we've only got one show coming up announced, but we've got more plans for next year. But that's cool, though, that you could come to our show in December. You could come to a TWE show in January, and then maybe come back in was it August for SCI. It's all going to be different. I mean, you've got such good people down here. I mean, Chattanooga is so slept on, which was why I was so happy to see ICW come down. And Twitter was going crazy for the Chattanooga crowd, because it is, man. These are people that love wrestling, and they love all kinds of wrestling, because they are like, I was in the crowd a couple years ago, SCI, where a lot of the local audience first got to see Daniel Kabe. So now, right now, they know that style of wrestling. So the first time they saw Akira come down here, some knew him from deathmatch stuff, but those that didn't know, when he was in there getting technical, it's like that excitement again, and that's what makes it so special. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy yourself. Hopefully, I know you got a lot going on. I mean, it's hard to commit to a couple hours. But appreciate you doing that, and then hopefully we can get you back for sure to Red Bank for TWE and SCI, assuming wherever they have it. Hopefully, with pandemic, they can do a little bigger venue for them next year.
I know I definitely would like to make it up to TWE2.
Heck yeah!
I was
Shout out
planning
Jaden Newman.
on going to, I think it was their October 23rd show,
Yeah, probably the Nightmare Show.
but
That's one of our biggest.
it just ended up not working out.
No, yeah, I get it. That's a good one to go. I mean, they're always good shows, but yeah, the Nightmare one, that would have been a cool one to go to. We got a lot of talent right now. I mean, Merc is putting on great matches. We've got those young guys. Obviously, Jaden's a staple there, but we've got like a Pete Youngblood and then a Baby Dragon Aaron Wade's all over the place. It's a really cool locker room of that of young guys wanting to get better, some that have gotten better, and then that next wave even of like these, like Eric Roll coming in is always really cool for that locker room to just kind of be around here because man, Eric is so underrated.
Brett, Jimmy, anybody else in chat, do y'all have any questions? Feel free to chime in chat. Let us know. I am checking. It looks like we're we're oscillating any point between 2, 3, and 4 viewers. So,
Confirm draw.
oh yeah. I didn't really expect a huge crowd because being the first stream, but it is what it is.
I've had fun.
Well, I agree. I've had fun as well. I'm glad I ended up getting everything figured out.
Oh yeah, man, for real. Yeah, like you said, next time you do this, you'll be like, I know I hit go live twice.
So, what's the biggest misconception about putting on an event?
Oh man, that is a fun question. It's hard to answer because this with the venue being so easy for me, that's always the scary thing. Like if I had went out and found this, really dope venue on my own or whatever, I would definitely be sitting here like it's not as hard as y'all make it out to be, which I still feel that way. I mean, the truth of it is like this it's been easy. Like it's the hardest thing so far has been figuring out who to use. Like that's legit been the hardest thing because we have so many people that want to be on it. We got so many people we want on it. I told myself, I told everybody, I was like, we're not going to go over 8 matches. 8 matches is my limit. We're doing 10. We're doing 10 because we just couldn't fit. We wanted these people. Like, we want every show. We're going to tell some stories, because as a fan, that's what I want. I want to be, what am I coming back for? We all can get cool matches. So we're going to tell some stories, but we also want to just have some eyes on the talent, like we're talking about before, like a Sean Christopher. People are going to come to see a Brett Eisen fight a John Davis or Tanker, Merck, all these. So maybe for some of the audience that hasn't seen Sean before, or maybe seen him in a different light now, I want that. And then everyone in the Young Gun Scramble, I want, these guys and gals and everybody who are on the road every weekend and really putting in that work, to at the very least get a really good match and have some fun and get paid a little bit of money. I mean, so I would say the biggest misconception is it's not as hard as everyone makes it out to be if you have a good, clear vision and you know what you want and you're not kind of just because I mean I've seen some promotions, big shows and small, where you just kind of go through the motions, right? We're running shows, so we'll figure it out or we'll whatever. There's been none of that. Everything is like there's a vision for everything that we have going into show number 2, into 3, into 4 already.
So, we've got a question from Brett.
Okay.
What did you think of Space Jam 2?
I knew it before you asked me, and I hate him for making me say this on air, on record. Wasn't very good. Wasn't very good. And it bums me out that that'll be a record of that.
Okay. Well, we've got that question answered. And my next question is going to feel awkward because when I planned this question, I had never imagined that Brett was going to be in the audience.
Awesome.
But with Sold Out, what do you think is the significant for your event and just in general of it being his last match?
I can't. I mean, I can't. I can't put into our words with that. It's sad. It's an honor. It's a privilege. I know that there's some things in motion that he may have another match to end the year out after our show, but as of us talking right now, it is that's him and John Davis, the main event of our show. I got to be a fan this weekend for Brett, and that's something that I haven't got to be in a while. It means more than anything that I'm on record, right, as a part of his story, as commentating on so many of his matches. Get to ring announce him at TWE, which every single time it's hard to not get emotional now because it's kind of what I said watching him in Tankman this past weekend. There's only so many left, and whether he comes back next year or the year after or at all, there's only so many matches left, no matter what happens after December 18th, and it's one of those things that he shaped me as a commentator. He shaped me as a fan of wrestling, as a person. I mean, again, I can't. He's more than a brother. So if it is it, if that's the last one, and I get to ring announce it, and I get to be there on the other side of that curtain, I don't know. That might be the thing I'll be most proud of.
And it may start to look like I'm crying, but we've reached the point of me not blinking where my eyes are forcing themselves to water. Like
And what I
everything.
said was super emotional. You can admit it.
Yes, it was. It was so super emotional. You've got me tearing up.
Got him.
That and you also have my eyes going blurry, and there is two of you right now. Yeah, around the 40-minute mark is where I start hitting the wall. That's when it really starts getting hard.
Oh, after a half hour, my lord. What a statement.
And with how long it took it to get everything going, I really don't know how long I've been going, but I want to say I've 36 minutes since stream started. Hey, Ozzy, how's it going, buddy? So, yeah, I guess I've gone at least 36 minutes without blinking.
Impressive. That's light work to you, I'm sure, but I'm impressed.
So, with the popularity of death matches increasing, how can I buy stock in light tubes?
Oh, that's a little above my pay grade, but yeah, it's definitely anytime before a tournament survival weekend, a NGI weekend, an ICW weekend. I mean, it'd be real nice to have a chunk of stock in that because the amount of light tubes I saw in one show this weekend was like, give me a quarter per light tube, dude, and like think out that adds up quick.
Seriously, I've got a tear rolling down my cheek right now.
That's the thought of all the light tube monies.
I know. Welcome, Allie. How are you? Ozzy and Allie are two of my longest term fans. So they're not
Very cool.
necessarily wrestler fans, but
That's cool.
wrestling fans, but they showed up.
They're Joe fans. I'm down.
Yeah. Need Joe fans every now and then.
That's right.
Maybe it was because you typed something in chat. So, Chris Davies is out here too. Hello,
Yeah.
Chris.
What up, dog?
You got here in time just to see me get emotional and start crying. So, out of all of your wrestling moments, and this will probably be the last question,
Okay.
what is your favorite?
Oof. Hmm. Hmm. One would have to be commentating the most recent Southern Underground Pro show, where the fans were back at the Basement East. That's a promotion that means a lot to me, and that was just such a cool, very cool show to be able to speak on. Obviously, Mania weekend, I got to call some matches for IWTV, the Sup Action show there. Those two are high up there. I'm trying to think of like a specific match, man. Like one that I'm just like, that's the one. I mean, anything with my guys that I've gotten to call is really a cool moment for me. But yeah, I guess I would say the Sup return and Mania weekend for sure. Like that's kind of hard to beat.
And I'm gonna have to go ahead and apologize to chat right now, but my vision is so blurry that I literally cannot read what you are saying. I'm sorry. I see that there are words on the screen, but I just don't know what they are. Let's try to look real. Oh, glad to have you, Chris. Glad to have you. So, I
You.
guess we've hit the point that all other 41 previous guests have reached, where
Yes, right.
I'm going to get you to say that you were not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
I was not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
And one thing I'd like to get you to do, if you're up for it, is I'd like you to get. Actually, I'm going to get you to do that again, but I'm going to switch back to the screen where it's just your wonderful face. Okay, and I just blinked. So I didn't make it the whole interview. Sorry.
A lot of minutes.
But I once again, now that we've got you on the beautiful full screen, I'm gonna get you to say I was not
Okay.
able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
I was not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
All right, wonderful. And one thing I typically do at this point, if you're willing, is I'm going to get you to call out somebody else to come on, be a guest. Hopefully, I'll have everything start much smoother that time. But go up against me in a staring contest. Is there anybody you'd like to call out?
Oh man. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Oh man. Uh, um. Let's say I would like to see. I want to. I'm trying to think of whose eyes I want to see super big, like just trying to like go through. I'm gonna say I want Heater. I don't know. He may be in the mindset though of like he's gonna give you just a few seconds of that real hard look, and that's enough for all of us. But I'm gonna say Heater because he just very powerful eyes.
Okay. And I am once again going to repeat the challenge that I made at the beginning of the video, or not at the beginning of
Okay.
the video, we're not recording, the beginning of the string, is I am challenging the entire sold out roster to a gauntlet staring contest. Don't have to answer now, just
Yeah.
ponder over it, talk to the guys,
Well,
but the gauntlet has been
we
thrown down.
I'll let them know. There's a lot we got to do
Oh
on that
yeah,
day, so I wouldn't. I'll let them know. I'll let them know.
I know what show days are like. I've tried to do some stuff with Due South before, and
Hmm.
it's nearly impossible. But uh, I'm
I'll
go
let them
ahead
know. Don't
and
you worry.
throwing down the gauntlet anyway. Jimmy said he's here. He'll do it.
Boom,
One down.
boom.
Well, at this point, I typically ask my guests, what do they have going on? What do they have to talk about? What do they have to plug? But obviously, we know what you're going to plug. So why don't you go ahead and plug Sold Out?
But yeah, sold out December 18th. You can also catch me for TWE at TWE Chattanooga on Twitter. They got shows. You can catch me all the way there. Action's coming up. You want to see Brett Ice and Kevin Koo at Action Wrestling, I assure you. And then Billy Stark's Cosmic Christmas, December 5th. I'll be doing commentary there. That all leads us to December 18th again. December 18th, 12/18, KOBK sold out. You can holler at me. The KOBK sold out Twitter. Front row, I think, is sold out or like pretty close. Yeah, 12/18, KOBK sold out.
Oh, okay. Hardway. I didn't know that Jimmy is
Yeah, that's
Hardway.
him. Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it, but that's him.
I did not know that. Well, thank you for accepting my challenge, Hardway. Is that just for being in one of the interview streams, or is that for both the interview stream and potentially trying to do a gauntlet? Either way is fine with me. I'm blinking like crazy now.
Yeah, you earned it though.
But still, if Ozzy, Chris, Allie, I don't know if you were here when I announced this at the beginning, but if I get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'm going to do a stream where I do my darndest
Sub,
to try to go an hour without blinking. All of it, bring
sub.
the heat. I will bring the heat. It has already been brought in.
He brought it.
The only rule is that you cannot hit me over the head with a light tube during the staring contest. Sorry.
He loves light tubes too.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you, bro. I had
being
a
here,
lot of fun.
Mose. I really appreciated it. It was a lot of fun. I personally, honestly, can't wait till the 18th. Does before we go, does
Yeah.
anybody in chat have any last second questions before we say goodbye?
LeBron James' stat line was better in Space Jam 2 than Michael Jordan's Space Jam, though. I will say that. I need to add that on
I
record.
from this point on, I will try to go without blinking until the end. We had our interlude where I blinked like crazy, but I'm good again.
Back at it.
Back at it, bringing the heat. I just recognize your hat's bringing the heat.
Yeah, bro. Heat. Shout out Heat. The movie is awesome.
And after this stream, you'll be able to return to heaven.
Yeah, man. I got to hang out with Juice WRLD. I got a lot going on up here.
All right. So since it doesn't appear that we have any questions, that's gonna be it for the very first live edition of the YouTube Who's Joe YouTube edition staring contest series. Thanks to everybody who showed up. Apologies for the hiccups in the beginning, being the first time streaming one of these. There was a lot to figure out, but I think I figured it out for the most part and should have it fixed for the next time. But we will see you the next time.
Until next time.
Indeed. In stream.